All right, everyone, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into Tesla's latest moves. And let me tell you, some of this stuff is seriously wild. We're talking phantom power outages, robotaxis on the horizon, AI practically taking the wheel. Well, sort of. But first, let's talk about this Sentry Mode update that has everyone buzzing, literally. Picture this. You're all packed up for a weekend getaway, cooler plugged in, dash cam rolling. You've got Sentry Mode armed and ready to guard your Tesla like a hawk. But then you reach for a refreshing drink and realize your cooler is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. What in the Tesla-verse is going on?
Right, so here's the deal. Tesla, sneaky as ever, decided to tweak how your 12V power outlet behaves when Sentry Mode is on. And they didn't exactly shout it from the rooftops. Not a bug, though. It's a feature, apparently.
A feature that's causing quite a stir. Now, for those less familiar with the Tesla universe, Sentry Mode is basically a high-tech security system. It uses those fancy cameras to keep a watchful eye on your car while you're away, catching any suspicious activity. And it seems Tesla is cracking down on owners who might be pushing the limits of their car's power supply.
Yeah, remember those stories from China? People running microwaves off their Tesla batteries. Wild, right?
Talk about a recipe for disaster.
Turns out some folks were getting a little too creative with those 12V outlets, overloading the system. And Tesla's solution: cut the power when Sentry Mode is engaged.
Which, on one hand, makes sense. You don't want people frying their car's electronics by plugging in every gadget imaginable. But on the other hand, some Tesla owners rely on that 12V outlet for important stuff.
Like camping fridges, CPAP machines, essential gear.
Exactly. So it's a classic case of Tesla trying to walk that fine line between protecting the car and giving users the freedom to, well, use their car.
Right, and the question becomes, where do you draw that line? It's a tough one. No easy answers.
Thankfully, there is a temporary fix, for now at least. Activating camp mode, for those actual camping trips, will keep the power flowing to the 12V outlet, even with Sentry Mode on guard duty.
Not the most elegant solution, though, right?
Agreed. It's a bit clunky, not very intuitive. Hopefully, Tesla will come up with something more user-friendly down the road.
Like a dedicated power management menu.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Something similar to what they've hinted at for the Cybertruck.
Now, that would be a game changer. Speaking of the Cybertruck, did you hear about Tesla's other big announcement?
Oh yeah, the Robotaxi event.
The one and only, and let me tell you, the hype is real.
For sure, everyone's waiting with bated breath to see what Tesla pulls out of the hat this time.
It's hard not to get swept up in the excitement, Tesla's known for its grand reveals.
They sure know how to put on a show.
But it's also important to remember, full autonomy, like truly self-driving cars, that's a whole different ballgame, even for a company like Tesla.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly complex. Even Tesla admits it's a work in progress, and they've poured tons of resources into it.
Right, and remember, the Cybertruck launch, bold claims, shattered windows, you never know what to expect.
Sometimes reality has a way of, well, throwing a wrench in the works.
That's one way to put it.
But hey, that's Tesla for you. Always pushing the boundaries.
And to be fair, they haven't given a concrete date for when we'll see robotaxis on every street corner.
No, it's still up in the air, but that doesn't stop the speculation.
Not one bit. Even not a Tesla app, the popular news site, they're running a prediction contest.
Oh, wow, really? What are they asking?
Some pretty interesting questions, like will it be called Cybercab? Will it even have a steering wheel?
No, those are the million-dollar questions right there.
Right. It makes you wonder what Tesla has up their sleeve.
2025 seems pretty ambitious for a full-fledged robo-taxi network, don't you think?
It does. Even with Tesla's track record, it's a tight deadline.
It is. I'm curious to see how it unfolds.
Me too. My guess is we'll see a more gradual rollout, maybe starting with human safety drivers.
Yeah, like what Waymo's doing.
Exactly, a more cautious approach.
It makes sense from a safety and regulatory perspective.
Absolutely. Got to make sure those robots are ready for the real world. Now, let's shift gears from self-driving cars to self-talking cars.
Oh, this should be good.
Elon Musk dropped a bit of a bombshell on X recently, announcing that Grok AI is coming to Teslas.
Really? Just like that?
A casual mention, but it sent shockwaves through the tech world.
I bet Grok is a pretty big deal, even if you aren't a Tesla enthusiast.
For those who haven't heard of Grok, picture this, ChatGPT, but in your car.
Oh, wow, that's next level.
It's X's answer to the AI chatbot craze, but with potentially huge implications for how we interact with our vehicles.
So instead of barking basic commands at your car, you can have a full-blown conversation.
Precisely.
That's wild. I wonder how well it works in practice.
Well, here's where it gets even more interesting. Tesla's already testing a more advanced voice assistant in China. One that goes beyond simple commands, like it can understand context, make suggestions, even crack a joke or two.
No way. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
So, like, a sneak peek into the Grok-powered future.
Could be. It's like something straight out of science fiction, isn't it? Your car, your co-pilot, your witty companion.
I know, right? It's more than just a car at that point. It's like an extension of yourself, almost.
It really makes you think about the future of driving, the future of our relationship with technology.
Absolutely. It's like, how far do we take this integration?
And that's the big question, isn't it?
It is, because with all these advancements, there are always trade-offs.
True, true.
Like, are we comfortable with a company having that much influence over our driving experience?
That's a good point.
It's something to consider for sure.
It is. It's a balancing act, weighing the convenience and the potential downsides.
Exactly. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It's about having an open conversation about it.
Absolutely, and being aware of the potential implications as these technologies keep evolving.
Exactly, because it's bigger than just Tesla at this point. It's about the future of mobility, how we interact with technology, how it shapes our lives.
And that's what we're all about here, diving deep into these topics, exploring the possibilities, and yeah, sometimes it's a wild ride.
It is, that's for sure, but hey, that's the future for you.
Always full of surprises. Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our Tesla deep dive for today. But the conversation doesn't stop here. Head over to Not a Tesla app for the full articles, and while you're there, check out their Robotaxi prediction contest. It's always fun to see what other Tesla enthusiasts are thinking.
Definitely, and who knows, maybe we'll see some of those predictions come true sooner than we think.
Until next time, everyone, keep those batteries charged and those minds open.
And keep an eye on the road, of course.
Always good advice.